Is buying and investing in Magic sealed product really a thing, or are people just telling themselves that to defend buying more Magic products? We have done the math for you, so stay tuned. Historically speaking, when you invest in stocks and bonds, historically you're going to get about 6 to 8% on the return per year. So that's the historical figures. Of course, right now we are in the middle of a recession and prices have begun to go down. The Danish stock market right now are down about 20%. When investing, you're going to diversify your investments. So try to invest in different things.
So it's really important to remember that when you invest in Magic products, because it's an illiquid asset, it means you can't just sell it and immediately expect someone to buy it. It's a physical product, and that carries some pros and cons with it, but it means you shouldn't use more than 5% of your total investment into Magic. I'm going to take you through the cons of investing in sealed Magic product. There are a lot of issues and you need to think about them before you start investing. First of all, storage. You're buying a physical product. It doesn't only need to be stored, you also need to take care of it. You need to control the humidity, the climate, and make sure that you don't have any direct sunlight on the product, because any type of damage on the product will decrease the value of your investment. Even though it's highly unlikely, it could go to zero. You do not have any type of underlying asset. This is not something that's backed by something else. Magic is cardboard. It's fragile, it's very, very susceptible to any sort of moisture damage, and as I said, there's nothing backing it up. If everybody decides that Magic is worth zero from now on, you're not going to be able to sell your Magic product at all, and that is real, even though it's a very slight risk. Quick sales. That's something you'll be forced to do if you suddenly have a lot of money tied up in sealed boxes and you need to get that money back. Please do remember, if you're trying to get a quick sale, you will be forced to go down in price. You're not going to be able to take that top price because you don't have the time to wait for it. So you're going to have to underbid everyone else on eBay, Amazon, where else you're going to sell it. So do plan ahead. Maybe setting a price so you know, okay, it's about time to look at my investment and I might need to decide if I'm going to sell it. So you have the patience and the time to wait to get a good price for your product. When you're selling it, you also need to think about a couple of things. If you're going to sell it on eBay, you will get eBay fees. These fees will knock some of the profit off of your investment, and you need to think about that. So when you decide when to sell, please do calculate that you're going to have some shipping costs, you're going to have eBay fees, and you might also incur some sort of taxes. So do calculate all of these extra little things into your price, because they do take up more of your profit than you might like.
So if we just went over some of the cons in investing in sealed Magic products, some of the pros are that sealed Magic products are actually quite a good investment. So if you look over time, you can see that most of the Magic products have gained in value. We've made a little spreadsheet for you where we have looked at some of the core products, we have looked at some regular sets, and we have looked at some of the master sets. As you can see, all of these products have actually gained in value, and most of them actually gained more than the 6 to 8% return per year. Only Gatecrash have performed kind of poorly, and that is because historically Gatecrash was one of these products that actually crashed the market and crashed really hard. But despite being one of the worst Magic products of all time, Gatecrash have even made a 4.5% return per year, so it's not that horrendous actually. And the final little pro: should Magic somehow go to zero, should everything go to zero, and should all the money you have invested be wasted? The cards are not wasted. You're still able to open all your sealed products. You're still able to have all the fun that Magic actually brings to the table. This is something you do not have from other investments. If you buy stocks, if your stocks go to zero, your money is gone and you have nothing to show for it. There's no fun to be had. But in Magic, no matter what, you're going to be able to make some decks and have fun with your friends. A last pro: every time that a set is being put to print, a specific amount of boxes will be printed. But after the set has gone out of print, that is what there is. So that means that the printing is actually a finite supply. When the set goes out of print, there's no more coming back. Specific cards can be reprinted in master sets or can be reprinted in other sets, but that particular set is a fixed amount, which means that over time, as scarcity rises, the box is going to be more and more valuable. And that also means that despite of the EV on the cards in the box going down, the actual price on the sealed product will continue to rise no matter what the estimated value of the cards within the box actually is.
Right now in the Magic the Gathering sealed product market, there is a very asymmetrical risk profile. I know Alpha Investments, Rudy, has been talking about this as well. If you go have a look at TCG Player or some other online market, you can actually see that a lot of the prices are going down. Maybe not radically right now, but they will be taking down. So if you do have excess available cash that you're not going to need elsewhere, you could think about picking something up. And the asymmetrical risk is defined as their potential of going higher is a lot more likely than their probability of going further down. So if there are boxes that you always wanted, you might want to go check out if they're also a part of these boxes that are going down in price.
When investing in sealed product, patience is key. The longer you can hold on to a product for, the greater your financial gain will be. All these little bumps on graphs over time will mean less and less and less. So when you calculate the return per year over time, the longer period of time you have the product, the more secure your return per year will be. And you can also see that in the spreadsheet we have made. If you look at the 8th edition spreadsheet, the return per year is actually really steady, 7%, compared to Gatecrash 4.5%, or compared to Innistrad 22%.
Okay, so if you zoom in on a given product and you look at the investment graph, you can see there might be ups and downs. But if you zoom out and you have that long perspective, you can see that most of them tend to just climb steadily upward, some more than others, but they do become more valuable as time goes by. And that's why we're investing in sealed Magic product as a part of our portfolio.
Remember, when you seek out which products to invest in, unless you just try to buy whichever you can and thereby have a greater average, if you can't buy everything, look at great lands, look at the land cycle, specific cards, look at great banger cards. They're going to hold the value in a specific set. Look for some new treatments, new foils. Look for these cards. And also, if you're lucky enough to have an actually valuable box topper, wizards, then box toppers are also going to put a safety net underneath the value of the box.
We really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, more coming up, so please do subscribe